Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I'm David Verrill. I'm the Executive Director of the MIT Initiative on the Digital Economy. It was 4 years ago this month that we held the launch of the IDE here in New York on this stage. In fact, I think I made Andy McAfee take a picture of me so I could send it to my mother to prove to her that I had yet appeared on Broadway. These last 4 years have been nothing short of amazing at the IDE. I'm pretty sure that no other initiative in the world is exploring the trends and the impact of the digital economy with the same determination, focus, perspective, and positive outlook as the IDE. In the last 4 years, we've undertaken over 100 research projects with more than 50 researchers, producing dozens of journal articles, 6 books, 3 of which were bestsellers. We've hosted some 25 events with nearly 10,000 attendees. Thousands have taken our online courses, produced with MIT Sloan Exec Ed. And through the Inclusive Innovation Challenge, we've given over $3 million to organizations around the world who are using technology to create jobs, particularly for those at the bottom rung of the economic ladder. We're trying to change the future of work with equity, diversity, and inclusive innovation. Just in the past year, we've focused on the disruption of labor markets, AI and machine learning, platforms, blockchain, and fake news, which you'll hear about at the end of the day today. It's really an amazing and important agenda here today, so I appreciate your participation. We're going to try to put Q&A at the end of each of the sessions. There'll be a fuzzy box that's a microphone, believe it or not. It can be thrown around, so your coordination will be on display. Please put your question in the form of a question, and you get extra points for being short. Also here in the audience are many of our stakeholders, individuals, foundations, and corporations who've supported us. We very much appreciate all of that support. You know, initiatives like the IDE can only happen if there's a leader with vision, and that would be Dean David Schmittlein. So David, if you wouldn't mind opening up the day for us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. That's okay. Good. Thank you, David. And the first thing I would like to do is to see a show of hands. How many people have ever been in a room with Andy McAfee or Eric Brynjolfsson before? Yeah, exactly. So, but David Verrill, I want you to know, is the third part of that triangle and has been a leader of the IDE from the initial days. In all of the phases of the IDE's work, from the standpoint of identifying opportunities, creating networks of people and teams to pursue those opportunities, and of course, implementing and delivering on real results. As our MC, could we thank David for all he's done over the last 4 years, please? My job is finished. Not really. I would like to just acknowledge how great it is to see so many alumni and students and staff and faculty and friends of MIT here today. You've been loyal, you've been interested in the ideas that come out of MIT, and this has certainly been a domain in which the world has needed what MIT is able to offer and has gathered around MIT, and it's been a great and important point of visibility for the school and for MIT more broadly. In fact, President Raphael Reif of MIT has created a group to do research and outreach and impact on work of the future. And I'm proud to say that the Sloan School has 7 of the 21 members of that group as an important leadership role for the school within the context of MIT more broadly. I'd like to say a couple thank yous and make a couple recognitions, if you don't mind too much. I'd like to acknowledge 2 of our alumni who I believe are here this morning. Natalie Karpov has been a leader with the MIT Sloan Club of New York, and there she is. That's so great. It was also great of you to stand, because sometimes when I say, please stand, nobody stands up, and then, you know, we all wonder who that is. And a member of the MIT Corporation, I believe Jeffrey Hallis, is here today as well, and we're delighted to have his presence this morning. Thank you, Jeffrey. I also would like to say just a word of thanks about the collaboration between the Office of External Relations for the MIT Sloan School and the Initiative on the Digital Economy. These two parts of the school have been working, from my perspective, so incredibly well together to really have IDE not only be a source of ideas, but also a source of impact. And organizations or conferences, activities like this one are one of the ways that we fulfill our purpose as a school and for the Institute as well. We aren't just a place that's about ideas. We are about putting those ideas to work. And the leaders in external relations as well. Many of you know Senior Associate Dean Chris Shaffer. She's here with Director Kathy Hawks. We have many of the leadership team here today as well from external relations. And I also would like to call out the people who made such a positive impact on this particular event, Haley Lamson and Patsy Thompson and Dave Weber. But it is really a village to pull something like this off. And we couldn't have done this 10 years ago. To come to a place where we're able to have you come together like this is a point of pride, I hope, for all of us, certainly for me. But thanks to the IDE people and to the external relations people for bringing this together. I also want to thank the panelists and speakers who have come, in many cases, from far and wide to participate today. We have a set of MIT Sloan School alumni and faculty as part of those panelists and speakers. Lavea Brackman, Ed Hyman, and Stephanie Lampkin are all MIT alumni, of whom we are very proud, and you'll get to hear from them today. And we have MIT Sloan School faculty as well. You would expect to hear from, and you will, Eric Brynjolfsson and Andy McAfee. Also, we have Rennie Richardson-Gosline and Gary Gensler and Sinan Aral, and so we are very well represented by leaders from the school. But also, if you looked at the overall program, an amazing set of speakers and panelists. I'm just delighted. I don't think that you would find a more experienced and knowledgeable group to talk about these kinds of topics. I don't want to do the long version about this welcome or about the topic itself. And in fact, in just a minute, I'm going to introduce Eric Brynjolfsson as the initial keynote speaker today. But I want you to know that this is a topic that's important for all of us, including for me. The changes in technology that are changing work in America and around the world are going to change all of us. They are going to be one of the largest challenges of the next at least quarter century. Work is important for economic purposes, of course, for individuals and families and communities, but it also has other functions. Work is one of the ways in which people share experiences with each other, to create common experiences and common reasons to think of themselves as part of community. Work is one of the reasons that people feel fulfilled and feel that they have a purpose. New structures are going to be required both with respect to technology, but also with respect to society, in the way that those functions, which are hugely important, are going to be fulfilled in the time ahead. We need MIT. We need the Initiative on the Digital Economy in all of those respects and many more. So before I introduce Eric, the last thing I would like to do is to encourage you as participants today to really be exactly that. Not to be attendees, not to just have a nice day, not even just to meet a person or two that you didn't know before, but be a participant in this team, in this topic, with these people. The speakers here today would truly welcome your thoughts. You can reach all of them, give them your reactions, give them your ideas and suggestions. Use your voice in this way to participate, and also use your voice in another way. I'm asking you to tell someone that you know something interesting that happened here today. We need to make these ideas increasingly come to life in important communities around this region and around the world. I also ask you to continue to engage with MIT and with the Sloan School of Management. We need your engagement broadly with the school. Please engage with clubs, with faculty, and on campus if you're able to be there. Also, if I can, please be mindful of the needs of our current students and alumni as you or your organization have projects and opportunities for professional development. Please be an active member of the MIT Sloan School community. And finally, you know this part's coming, so put up your protective shields. I'm going to ask you to remember that we're a nonprofit organization, and if you think that the work that we're doing is worthwhile, it needs your support, and I'm asking you for that support. You can donate to the school in a variety of ways. I would never ask you or want you to do more than you can, but please don't do less than you can if you find this work important.